After that painful 2-week break of the Jujutsu Kaisen manga, we're back again with chapter 148. Absolute hype. The whole chapter covered pretty much stuff involving Maki and the broader Zenen clan. Pretty solid all around. Let's get into the review. I wanted to quickly go over the Zenen clan family tree again to remind people so everyone is aware of who's talking, what's going on throughout this chapter. So this guy here, he was the previous leader of the Zenen clan who died by the hand of Jogo, I believe, during the Shibuya incident arc, and his will had these crazy specific specifications. For example, if Gojo was, sealed or something like that, that Megumi would actually be the new leader of the Zenen clan. And of course, as we know, Gojo was sealed. All the other specific things outlined in his will actually did happen, which resulted in Megumi being appointed as the current, Zenen clan leader. Of course, triggering all the other people who are closer in blood to him. For example, his son and then his brother as well. And then this chapter is Maki, who's being sent to the Zenen clan to acquire weapons for the, Culling Games event. It's still setting up the Culling Games. I'm guessing we're not going to have too many chapters of setup until the Culling Games actually begin. But yeah, Maki was sent to the Zenen clan to acquire the weapons. And then while there, we have the other Zenen clan, members, the father of the previous leader, and Maki's father and other people plotting against them, and we see what's going to happen in this chapter. Before I continue, make sure you're subscribed, and if you're an absolute mad lad, check out the other stuff in the description like the Discord and Patreon. Now back to the video. So the chapter begins with this dude, the guy who faced Choso, I believe like 10-20 or so chapters ago. I don't know exactly how long ago it was, but yeah, it wasn't too long. We see him talking to Maki as she walks in, and it's pretty much just them two talking shit to one another. We see a flashback panel of him actually bullying Maki when Maki was much younger in the past. But yeah, as a whole, their interaction is just them talking shit to one another. Maki, walks past him. She's going to, the cell where all the cursed tools are. On her way there, she runs into her mother who says, "Please go back. Did you forget? We are not allowed to access the cursed tools warehouse." And then her response, "The head said it was fine." And as I explained earlier, Megumi is the current head. We go to a flashback sequence of Megumi finding out he is the, current head of the Zenen clan. Maki talking to him about what's going to happen, how Megumi doesn't feel qualified to, be the head as really expected. But yeah, Maki pretty much persuaded him to take the role as the head, mainly due to all the benefits they will gain and how much power they actually gain from him being the head and, everything like that. We cut back to the current point where we have Maki's mum screaming, saying, "I said go back." And then, a very painful comment, "For once in my life, make me feel proud, Maki." So yeah, Maki's, cousin, I believe the other dude was, her father, just everyone just despises her for not having, cursed energy or the ability to see curses without her glasses, which is reminding us how bad her childhood must have been, and just pretty much how everyone in the clan despises her. We see her going to, the chamber, trying to unlock it as she has the key, and as she unlocks it, she sees that her father is sitting in there. He starts talking. "There are no cursed tools here, Maki. I anticipated your move and disposed of them." And we see behind him a bleeding out Mai, as we know, Maki's sister, and that dude's other daughter. And then we cut to another flashback between other Zenen clan members, the, son of the previous leader, Noya, and the other dude who we don't know his specific relation, I believe, but he's probably just a cousin or something like that. We have them talking about, how Megumi is the current leader and how Noya, of course, isn't happy with this. And we got this other guy actually defending Megumi, saying there are many who will support him, seeing this as an opportunity to restore our relationship with the Gojo clan. As we know, Megumi has a solid relationship with Gojo, being his sensei and everything like that. And he also seems to have a good relationship with Kamo, this dude here, who's also a future head of his specific clan. So he already has connections with other leaders of clans and potential leaders of clans in the future, alongside his abilities as well, which are also admired by even Sukuna, I would assume, guessing he's going to have an insane power up at some point as well. So there are valid reasons for him becoming the head, apart from the previous leaders' insane will with all these specific, circumstances. But of course, as we know, Gojo has been permanently exiled from the Jujutsu Kaisen or the Jujutsu world, as he was deemed an accomplice of the Shibuya incident, and removing the seal of his thing is considered a criminal act now. So in short, what the other Zenen clan members are planning to do is use, the idea that they're trying to remove the seal of Gojo, considered a criminal act, and used this as a placeholder for the reason of them killing, as we see here, Maki, Mai, and Megumi as well. So I'm guessing maybe in the next coming chapters we're going to see them going after Megumi, trying to kill him as well, which would be pretty interesting to see. So yeah, the whole reason to, gain power back on the more strong blood side of things, I'm guessing as well, is to kill everyone else who's connected to Megumi. And then we learn something like very dark. This guy mentioned that Oji killing his own daughter will sure give him more credibility. The other guys, how will you justify, this to Ogi to actually kill that? And then he says, Ogi was the initial proposer. So he's the one who proposed everything that we learnt about, I believe, based on what it says. Or maybe it's just he's the one who proposed to actually kill his daughter. And then we cut back to him about to fight Maki. We have his secret technique coming out, which is labeled Fallen Blossom Emotion, which is pretty much a technique that's a countermeasure for a domain expansion. Very similar to the technique that his brother, the previous head, used when he was fighting, and it also to pretty much bring out his full strength and embrace for anything unpredictable that would happen in fighting Maki here, as we know Maki being a weapon specialist. We see that she actually already went to Juzo's pretty much, weapon store as well. This guy who was killed, and I don't think he was killed, he was pretty much destroyed by Gojo and I believe captured, and he was like a weapon master as well. So I'm guessing she already got the information from Tengen to go to, his, weapon store location and got his most powerful weapon, and that's what we see in her hand here. This weapon absorbs the impact of cursed energy on the blade and dispels it at the user's will, which is pretty cool. And as you heard, a Discord notification just went up, so make sure to join the Discord if you haven't already. We have some inner monologue from Maki going over her strategy to defeat her father here. And then before they begin to attack, he says, "Do you know why my brother was chosen as the head of the clan instead of me?" And then we see them fighting. Pretty cool, panels here. Him going for a sword strike, Maki pretty much blocking it, and then Maki going for a strike and actually snapping his blade, thinking she has, him defeated here. She goes for another strike, and then out of nowhere, she has been stabbed by the broken blade somehow. And then he finishes his sentence. The reason I couldn't become the head was because you two were nothing but failures, and that is the end of the chapter. So does this mean that he is potentially stronger than the previous head? I think that is actually a possibility, so yeah, that's pretty cool. We see that his blade has cursed energy coming out of it, I assume. I'm guessing that's what he used to extend the blade after it got broken by Maki, and I'm guessing he's also faster than her as well. That's why he was able to dodge her attack, get a scratch on his face, and then land, assumed to be the finishing blow. We do see Maki fall to the ground, I'm guessing unconscious as well. So yeah, Maki just keeps getting done dirty in the series so far. I doubt it she's dead. I'm guessing she may have some crazy power up or something next chapter. Maybe someone will come and save her, or maybe she's actually dead. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments about that. But yeah, as a whole, a solid chapter covering crazy corruption for the Zenen clan. But yep, that's pretty much everything for today's review, guys. As always, shout out to the people who support the channel via the Patreon. But yep, that's it, guys. Peace.